Hello, hello. So we've been learning about functions, right? Well, part of functions is knowing the domain and range of a function. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to teach you guys what the domain and range is of a function. And to make it nice, short, and sweet, the domain is all the x's or the inputs. Whatever you put into that function or the x-axis. And the range is your y's or your outputs, whatever you get out of it. Now before I go any further though, I want to explain how the domain and range and functions and stuff like that are used. So functions are rules where they do what you tell them after you give them the rule. Kind of like a light switch. You tell the light switch when it goes up, you turn the lights on. When it goes down, you turn the lights off. Well, with functions do what you say, right? So they follow your rules. And then if you make anything digitally or technological or anything like that, it requires math to build it. So, for example, let's say a good example of a function is a heart monitor, right? Where it goes boop, 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 boop. Right? And we get this like heart monitor kind of style going on. Okay? Now, you teach the technology to monitor heart rates and put them on a graph that you can visually see just like this. Now, if that's all you do, the machine's not going to work. But what you need to do is you then need to teach the function or teach the machine when it's good. So you kind of give it these parameters like this is good and when it's bad. Now, this would be called the domain and range of that function. So, if I show you an example, like let's say that's my parameter, and then we get like someone with a heart attack where it's going like this. Okay, so we have this like heart attack, and it's outside of these parameters that we've taught the machine it's safe. Well, the machine then sees that, oh my gosh, it's outside the parameters. I need to alert. I need to make a beeping noise and tell people that something is wrong. So these parameters right here, these safe parameters that we teach technology, this is our domains and our ranges, right? These are our ways of keeping things like that safe. So let me kind of give you a rundown of each one individually. So let's talk domain, okay? The domain of a graph is all the x's or the inputs, okay? So let's say I have a graph, and here's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have this graph, and let's say I have a function, and we'll just say it starts here, and it goes like this, and it ends right over here, okay? Well, the domain is the x, or the x-axis. So we're looking on the x-axis. Where does this graph lie in the domain of the function? So like right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is -4. So there is, right there, one parameter at -4. And if we go across our function, we see another parameter, another area, and it's right there at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the domain is how far on the x-axis it goes, and it goes from -4 to 5. That's my domain, okay? So it's telling me that it's going from the x-axis from -4 to 5, but also notice it goes up and down, so we got to have another one. So the domain tells us the left to right. The range will give us the up and down. So let me kind of draw something similar. So let me bring out here the range. The range of a function, I'll draw a graph again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, so here's that like -4, and it goes down, and it comes up to +5, right? Well, the range, we want to see like how low it goes and how high it goes, because it's the y-axis, or the outputs, okay? Well, if you look, okay, the lowest it goes is right here. This is the lowest parameter, and it's at 1, 2, 3, 4. It's at -4. And the highest this goes is up 1, 2, 3. It goes up 3 right there. So the range is from -4 to 3. Okay? So the domain goes from -4 to 5, which is your x-axis on the x-axis, and the range goes from -4 to 3 on the y-axis. So that's kind of what we're talking about with domain and range. Thanks.